All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. As you can see by the opening slide, we're going to talk about how to combat Amazon and other online platforms that sell ProArch 9 Plus. And I have a special guest with me today, David Munoz. So David, why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Hey, Dan, thanks for the opportunity for having me join you, and hopefully we can provide some great information on how to, as you say, combat Amazon and grow our synergy business.
So let me give some structure to what we want to accomplish today. David's going to need to leave in about 20 minutes. He has the opportunity to do a radio interview with a Hispanic radio station and a Hispanic person who's been on the radio for a long period of time that has an extremely large audience here in Chicago. So we want to make sure that David can leave in plenty of time to be able to get into the city for that interview. It's going to be a very important one for him, as well as for the Hispanic population, because our whole focus is to help people understand how they can use nitric oxide therapy to address cardiovascular health concerns. And we firmly believe that the best product for harnessing the power of nitric oxide therapy is ProArch 9 Plus from Synergy Worldwide. It is the only clinically proven and patented L-arginine supplement in the marketplace. Unfortunately, it's also sold on Amazon. And so today what we want to do is give you some ideas in terms of techniques that David uses, as well as techniques that I use to be able to combat that, as well as I want to give you some information about what I've been doing with Alex at Synergy Worldwide. Alex is now in charge of compliance for both Nature Sunshine products and Synergy Worldwide to bring you up to date with some things that I've been doing with Alex, as well as I'm going to suggest a process that we can use to begin to combat Amazon and the sale of this of ProArch Plus on that platform. So David, since you're going to be needing to leave here soon, I've taken the liberty, and I don't know if we want to play them today, but I will make sure that people have links for two videos that you did with regards to this whole aspect of finding ProArch Plus on Amazon. This is your second video that you did. I've listened to both videos. This is the first one that you did, and both of them are excellent. And I'm going to provide links in our Tuesday email that we send out to everyone so that they will have links to these YouTube videos that you did to help people understand why they should not be buying ProArch Plus from Amazon, other auction sites like eBay, and other online platforms to get their product. So David, any comments that you want to make about these two videos before we move on to the two slides that you have?
Sure, thanks, Dan. Well, the first one I did was about when I first started, and I'm glad to say I'm going to be almost 7 years with as a Synergy distributor, proudly so. And we all have learned a lot in the process of our journey in trying to inform and educate individuals to improve their health. And the first video I did, and by the way, both these videos I did in English and Spanish because, as you said, I work a lot with the Hispanic community. In fact, we're called the Hispanic Health Initiative. And all of our distributors here in Chicago that work in the Hispanic community, I call part of the team members of the Hispanic Health Initiative. And our goal is to educate, inform, and empower people to take control of their health, not be satisfied with being part of the medical or pharmaceutical mechanism that all, in my opinion, in our opinion, what they want to do is put us through a system that makes us very dependent on pharmaceuticals and dependent on a system that's really not designed to make us well or heal us. It's designed to sustain us in the great part. And certainly I'm not a doctor. I would never discourage anyone from seeing their doctors. I want them to see their doctors, but make sure that in the course of seeing their doctors and being treated, that they get well. And certainly if they're not getting well and they continue with pain, what we do in the Hispanic Health Initiative is inform and educate and tell them there are natural products out there that's proven, as we will see in our presentation today, to be effective and guaranteed. And they should try something different if they're not feeling better. Getting back to the videos, Dan, one I did about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, the first one, and that is called Three Good Reasons Why Not to Purchase Progenine Plus on sites like Amazon and eBay. And the more recent one, which is the top one, that one I did about 1 year ago, and it basically titled How to Take Progenine Plus. And in that video on how to take Progenine Plus, as you can see, I have quite a few boxes there in a bulk jar. And I encourage individuals, I show them right there on the video how to take it, how to mix it, how to drink it, and what the results they can expect. And towards the end of this video, I say, and by the way, when you buy it, make sure you buy it from an authorized distributors, and I state the reasons why. We'll go over in a few minutes. So then it's been both. It's been very. It's been great. It's been a great journey. And I encourage you, if you haven't seen these videos, you can see them and use them if you want to. Certainly, if it's your customer, use it with your customer. The biggest takeaway is that we are competitive. We do buy in bulk. We can compete with the online auction sites. And the biggest value we have is that we bring ourselves into it. We care. And it's more than the money. Obviously, everyone wants to grow their business, but it's more of the caring. So Dan, I believe we have a couple of slides we can go over.
So these are the slides that you had sent me for this morning, David. So why don't you go ahead and go over these slides?
Certainly. One of the things that I'm challenged, like everyone else, we lose customers to Amazon sometimes. And when I do the follow-up with customers and I talk to them about that, should that topic come up, I don't mention it, but if it comes up saying, well, there's cheaper prices, I use two, what I call talking points, possibly, or strategies, and I try to put a seed of education. Some may call it a seed of doubt, but certainly a seed of education, so that they can make the best choice based upon the information they have. And I always say to my Hispanic audience when I'm on the radio, all natural products are good. Your body appreciates something natural rather than a chemical. And when it comes to cardiovascular health, before you buy any cardiovascular supplement, you need to ask three questions. And the first one is it recognized by the medical community? And I don't care where you buy it. If you buy it at the vitamin shop, if you buy it at anywhere, any place you want to buy natural products, or maybe from another distributor, just ask them, is it recognized by the medical community? For cardiovascular health, which we know is the #1 killer of men and women in our generation, you hope you buy a product that's recognized by the medical community. As we all know, it's a physician's desk reference has had it listed for several years as the best L-arginine supplement, the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world. And I carry around a physician's desk reference with me to show them, especially at my events, and I'll show them what it says about Progenine Plus. And number two, is there medical evidence that it works? Well, we all know that there has been numerous clinical trials showing the effectiveness of Progenine Plus. The ones that listed here on the screen is one of the first ones, which is the High Desert Heart Institute, with 31 very, very critically ill patients, patients with poor heart health that were put through the clinical trials. But what works best for me is the testimonials. I have done webinars where we talk about the effectiveness of using a video or a tape recorder, and I have numerous testimonials which I'll run either on a radio or share with customers about my customers talking about the effectiveness of Progenine Plus on their life. If you really want to see one that I've done recently, I just uploaded one to my page on Facebook. It's called Su Buena Salud. It's one word, Su Buena Salud, Your Good Health in Spanish, and it's facebook.com/Su Buena Salud. And it's just about a gentleman named Luis Arellano, who gave his testimonials with translated to English. And it's fabulous how within 2 weeks, this guy that couldn't use his treadmill for 2 years, and his wife would tell him, look, you look like an old man walking around the house because his feet and his knees hurt so much, and he loved to run. And how his life was transformed and impacted. In 2 weeks, he was back on his treadmill. And he called me, and he was just so happy. And you could feel the emotion on that telephone call. And those are the tools I use that work. And number three is, will the manufacturer guarantee the product? So those are the three questions. Medically recognized. Is there medical evidence? And will the manufacturer guarantee it? So ask those three questions and put that seed of doubt in your customer's mind to make sure. Okay, so that's the validation point. And Dan, if we can go to the next slide. And now comes the point of decision. They'll say, okay, you convinced me. Proagenine Plus is the one I want. That's the product I want. Where should I get it? Now, when it comes to tools, toys, and threads, Amazon is great. I mean, I use Amazon to buy, technology stuff. It's wonderful. But when it comes to my health, do I want to buy from someone unknown, someone who will not follow up with me, or someone that is on a website, an auction site that I really don't know if they're carrying the real product? So I will say, when it comes to buying it, even if you have to pay 50 cents more for the product, or a couple bucks more, for crying out loud, it is your health. Get it from an authorized distributor or someone you trust. And those are the seeds of doubt I use, Dan, to talk to my customers about the cautions they must take when buying natural products, in this case, Proagenine Plus from Amazon.
I appreciate what you've talked about, David. So let me go back to some of the things that you've got here. I want to come back to this one here. Now, you've got a technique that you use to help be able to plant the seeds of doubt in terms of people's mind with regards to buying on Amazon versus buying from you. And part of those two things is building that trust factor of someone that they can talk to, because all of us can guarantee that if you buy from Amazon, there's no phone number, there's no person to contact, there's no instructions on how to use the product properly. There's no one that can help them understand how this product can be beneficial to them, like what you just shared about Luis. You had a conversation with him prior to purchasing that product. He felt good about that conversation with you. He trusted you. He used the product. And as he's seen, in 2 weeks' time, he was able to get back onto his treadmill and begin to do things in his life that he couldn't do, that he used to be able to do, but because of foot pain, because of his diabetes, he wasn't able to do. Now he can. Strong testimonial that you now are able to use that to help other people understand. But this aspect of buying, you've got in front of you boxes of Proagenine Plus. You do something similar to what I do, where you buy a 48-pack of Proagenine Plus so that you can lower the cost per box, so that you can be competitive to Amazon. Now, there's a lot of people on this call that either can't or don't want to make the investment in a 48-pack. So we have another fellow distributor in our organization, Arnold. He doesn't carry any inventory, but what he does is he positions the Jumbo Jar Plus One as his product of choice for an individual who's calling him, because that person who's calling him has a health issue that you're not going to solve overnight. So buying one box is not going to solve your issue. And if you buy it on Amazon, you might be able to return that in 30 days. But if you buy what you really need, which is the Jumbo Jar Plus One, the Jumbo Jar, 180 servings, plus the box of single serve sticks, 30 individually wrapped sticks, total of 210 servings for $240. That is competitive to anything that's on Amazon. And here's the big factor. It's a 120-day money-back guarantee if you buy it from a certified, authorized, independent Synergy Worldwide distributor, or you buy it from Synergy Worldwide. If you buy that same program, well, I've never seen that offered on Amazon. I've seen the Jumbo Jar offered on Amazon, but you lose that 120-day money-back guarantee. Amazon's not going to give you any kind of return after 30 days. And so here, as a distributor, you can help them understand that the best buying option is the one that you can provide for them with the best guarantee, 120-day guarantee, and you'll always have my phone number or email address, as the distributor working with your client, that if they have any questions during the time that they're using that product, they can always call you and you will be there to answer their questions and help them properly use this product. Now, David, have you found that to be extremely successful in helping to counter the buying on Amazon because there's no personal attention given?
Yeah, and one of the highest compliments you can get as a synergy distributor or as an individual is when people call you because they've seen your video after seeing, and there's a lot of videos out there for cardiovascular health, and numerous products and techniques that people go in. But one of the biggest compliments is when they call you and they say, you seem like a person I can trust. Now that in itself tells me that I'm getting my message across to some people in terms of it's not all about the effort of trying to impress someone with a lot of glitzes and a lot of fancy stuff. It's basically talking to the individual through the screen and to their heart and letting them know that like you say, you care. Now, yeah, I have found that putting the seed of doubt in their heart about buying it and with a guarantee, as you say, is so important. And I say when you are buying and offering a guarantee, and you could look at someone straight in the eye, and in person, I love to do that, and I will say, I will tell you what I tell all my customers during the last 7 years. I, David Munoz, will personally guarantee the effectiveness of this product if you use it as instructed. But don't skip a day. And you get your results from day one. You mark it on your calendar. This is the day that I chose to transform my life. Then from there, you take off, count to 120 days, and look back and compare your cholesterol level, compare your glucose level, compare your high blood pressure level from day 1 to day 120. And I'll come back and I say most of my customers feel a difference in 3 weeks. That's another seed, Dan, that we plant in our customers' hearts, saying you don't have to wait the 120 days. You'll feel a difference from 2 to 3 weeks, like Mr. Luis Gutierrez did. Luis Arellano. He felt a huge difference. And a lot of my customers will come back and say, it's true what you said. All it takes is for them to trust you. Once they say that, mark that customer on your list in your database as a important and premier customer that you want to follow up and stay in touch with, because he is a living, walking billboard, or she is a living, walking billboard for you in terms of what you have contributed to their life and what you can contribute to all of their points of references and all of their contacts and databases that they have in their life.
So David, there's a couple things that I picked up from what you just shared with everyone, and I hope that people either taking notes or they're listening to what you're sharing with them. You use the framework of 120 days to make a change. So that framework of 120 days also fits in with the 120-day money-back guarantee. You impress upon the individual, circle the calendar, today's date, you've made the decision to change your life, and you've made the decision to use Progen Plus to be able to do that. And so 120 days from now, we want to make sure that you've gotten the results that you are expecting. And if you haven't, then you've got a full refund on the product. And you planting the seed within their mind that in the next 30 days you're going to see some significant improvements in your health. And as good customer service, you need to follow up with them in that 3 to 4 week period to see how they're doing on the product, make sure that they're taking it properly so that they can get the best benefits from the product. And if you do that, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, David, but if a person does that, not only do they continue to build the trust factor, but they most likely will open up the opportunity for that client of theirs to open up their sphere of influence of people that they know that they would be willing to refer you to, or willing to refer their friends and family to you because of the results that they've seen on the product and your follow-up. Would I be correct on that?
That's very true, Dan. And a lot of those people, we're talking about Amazon a topic, but customer service is so important in terms of the follow-up. And when you call them back, a lot of them are surprised that you've actually called back and followed up. That's another, let's say, seal to the relationship that you've created, another link, important, stronger link to seal that customer to you. And in many of my customers, when I first talk to them, and I'm sure many of our distributors are listening now, or individuals are listening now, they're in the business, have heard this before. They'll say, boy, if this works on me, I've got a sister, or I've got a cousin, and I can get you a lot of, I make a note of that. That's like a promise they're making. So that follow-up is critical. And then they'll, once they're better, then you can bring up I'll bring up the topic of Amazon myself. Say, by the way, when you buy it, whoever you talk to, please do not, tell them, be very careful not to order it on online auction sites. And that could be Amazon or eBay or anyone, because, you lose the guarantee and you need that guarantee. So it may be cheaper, but you don't know what you're getting. And you need to make sure that once you've developed the relationship, that message is even stronger, Dan, when it comes across from you.
Well, I want to come back to this one here, how to combat Amazon. David, you just helped a lot of people understand one of the key aspects in combating Amazon, not just on the 120-day money-back guarantee, but because you personally follow up with an individual, that opens the door for them to refer people to you. So I'm going to give an example. I have a client, her first name is Paige. She lives in Texas. She's had such a great experience on Project Plus that she has referred to me 6 people that are now on the product. Now, that is 6 people that didn't buy from Amazon, but buy from me because of what you just talked about, making sure that that individual has a good experience with the product, that it meets the expectations that they're looking for in terms of their health from this product. And because you followed up with them, it opens the opportunity for them to refer their family and friends and people that they know who need this product because they have cardiovascular health concerns, and so they need nitric oxide therapy through our best product of choice, so that they're able to then be able to refer people to you, which then adds people into ones that you're able to do.
Yes, Dan, and that's and that's so critical. So individuals who gain a good customer, keep them, stay in touch with them, learn what their birthday is, call them on their birthday, just stay engaged, make a friend. And certainly you can call them on their birthday and talk nothing about the business unless they bring it up and they say, boy, I've been feeling great. Do that. But certainly, yeah, seal the relationship and try to do your best, and that's another way of combating Amazon, believe it or not.
Great.
But I've got to run, Dan. Sorry.
Yes, I know. You sent me a message in that. So, David, I appreciate what you've shared with us. I will make sure that these videos are available to people in the Tuesday newsletter so that if they choose to use them, they can do that. And I appreciate what you shared with us in terms of your 3 questions. Thanks, David.
Okay. Thank you, Dan. I'll stay on with my cell phone, but I'll be listening in. Thanks.
Got it. Okay. Thanks. Now, David gave us some great information in which to be able to help combat Amazon. There's a video that I just put up yesterday, ProArching Plus on Amazon, Buyer Beware. I will make this video available to everyone. And basically in this video, there's 2 things that I discuss. One is if you buy off of any other Amazon auction site or online program that is not an independent Synergy distributor or Synergy Worldwide, you void the 120-day money-back guarantee. That guarantee is null and void. And so if you're going to be able to use this product, you want to be able to put that product to the test. And the second thing that I talk about is what we've already talked about here a couple times in Saturday morning's meeting, is that if you buy from Amazon, there's no one that you can talk to. There is no phone number. There is no email address. There is no one that you can ask questions to. There is no person who can give you guidance on how to use this product properly. So if you want a person who has experience with this product, who can help walk you through the use of this product, then you need to buy from an independent Synergy distributor or from the company itself. And then I position the Jumbo Jar Plus One as the best buying option that a person can get for this product. And it's the best cost, it's the best value, and it allows that person to have plenty of time to use this product in the 120-day window that Synergy provides, so that if the product works for them, great, then they can continue to get the best buying value from the independent distributor or from Synergy worldwide. And if it doesn't, within that 120-day window, they can return that product to Synergy worldwide for a full refund. So I will make this video available to you on Tuesday's email that I send out to everyone, so that you'll have 2 videos from David, 1 video from me. You can choose how you might want to use that in your Synergy organization for either you or your distributors. Now, the last part of this before I open this up to questions is I want to let you know that I have invested time in trying to address this Amazon issue more aggressively with Synergy worldwide. And so I've been in contact with Alex, who's now in charge of compliance for both Nature Sunshine products and Synergy worldwide. And I've been emailing Alex on a weekly basis over the last 3 weeks. And I plan to continue to email Alex on a weekly basis with regards to this issue, so that when I go into the Experiencing Synergy convention in September, I plan to sit down with Alex and continue to address this issue of product being sold on Amazon. So there's 2 things that I want to bring to your attention. First off, if you as a distributor or anyone in your organization has lost a customer to Amazon, I would ask that you would document that and that you would send it to me. Here's my email address, dan@agingnomore.com. Document it and send it to me, and I will make sure that that is then sent in to Alex, because we want to continue to keep Alex and Synergy worldwide. I hate to say this, but we want to be the thorn in their side, making them commit the time and energy necessary to address this aggressively, because it does impact everyone's Synergy business. Even when we can offset it by doing good customer relationships like I did with Paige, where she now has referred 6 people to me that are using product that they buy directly from me. Again, we want to be able to keep all our customers that we create relationships with. We don't want to lose anyone to Amazon for any reason. And so that means that we need to be aggressively advocating for ourselves as distributors for Synergy worldwide to address this issue. So that's the first thing. If you or anyone in your organization has lost a client to Amazon, document it, send it to me, and I will make sure that it is sent into Alex. And when I send those into Alex, I also copy Dan Norman and Deb Durfee. Now, the second thing, I just recently, 2 weeks ago, purchased, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, purchased a canister of Pro Arginate Plus from Amazon, because I wanted to go through the buying experience. I don't buy much from Amazon, but I want to go through the buying experience, and more importantly, I want to see if I could return that product back to Amazon and get a refund. So I bought that canister. Last week I returned it. I just got an email yesterday that they got my return and that they are then going to put the money back into my charge card. So as long as it's returned within that 30-day period, I was able to get a refund off of that product, a full refund off of the product. So here's my second thing. I am going to propose to Alex on Monday the following scenario. I would like to make this a challenge. I would like to aggressively address the Amazon issue. Now, I talked to a certified Amazon reseller. I'm not going to disclose the name of the person who that person I talked to. But there's 2 things that Amazon does not like at all. they do not like negative feedback, and they do not like returns. So what I'm going to suggest to Alex, and I have no idea if this is going to be approved by Alex and Synergy Worldwide, but I would like to organize 10 independent Synergy distributors where we go in and each buy a jumbo jar off of Alex. I want the maximum impact. When you look at Amazon, there's 4 primary people that sell. When I say people, it's like I bought from Kinetic Health Solutions. So there's 4 primary storefronts that sell ProRation Plus on Amazon. I would like to target 2 of them, where if I am able to convince Alex, and if I can have 10 distributors that participate with me in this, we each buy 1 canister. We'll organize this so that there will be 5 canisters bought from one storefront, 5 canisters, jumbo jars, 5 jumbo jars bought from one storefront, 5 jumbo jars bought from the other storefront, so that that product is sent to different people. So it doesn't look like it all came from the same person. That we get those jumbo jars, and that at day 20, we then request a refund from Amazon. To be able to return our jumbo jars back to Amazon, request a refund, and 2 things. One, if Amazon approves those refunds, I know that they do it for the canister. I don't know if they'll do it for the jumbo jars, so that's a question I have. But if they approve that refund, then we have cost that storefront $1,000 in sales, meaning that they gained $1,000 by 5 people purchasing jumbo jars from them. Now they have to return $1,000. We just put a significant dent in their profit line by selling on Amazon. The goal here is to make it where it's buyer beware. If you're going to sell jumbo jars on Amazon, we're going to, as independent distributors, organize a campaign against them to make that where they have a pain, where it's no longer profitable for them to be selling jumbo jars on Amazon because they have a return, and then we leave negative feedback, so that we hit that storefront in 2 areas, their pocketbook and their feedback, which Amazon does not like. Now, what I'm going to propose to Alex is that if I can organize 10 distributors and be able to implement this, that if for some reason we are not able to get a refund from Amazon, then Synergy will back us up and send that individual a jumbo jar to reimburse them for their time and effort of doing this. Now, I have no idea whether that's going to be accepted by Alex or Synergy Worldwide, but that is what I'm going to propose to Alex on Monday, that I organize 10 independent distributors, that we each buy a jumbo jar off of Amazon, focusing on 2 of the storefronts. So 5 jumbo jars bought from one storefront, 5 from another one. We get the product, and at day 20, we begin the process of returning that product back to those storefronts so that they have to refund the money back to us, and it costs them because they can't sell that product again because it's been opened. Now, again, I'll continue to give people with updates in terms of what's happening with regards to that. But if there's anyone that wants to participate with me in that process, if it gets approved, then again, please email me at dan@agingnomore.com. And you know, I'm not saying that we're going to go forward to this, but if you're interested in participating, email me so that I know. And then once I present it to Alex, if it gets approved, then I'll let you know, and we'll organize this process to create some pain for Amazon, for the pain that they've created for us as distributors by selling a product that they're not supposed to, or at least distributors are not supposed to. It's clearly stated in our policies and procedures that we are not to sell on these platforms. So I want to aggressively go after this process and make individuals who are doing this pay a price so that they don't continue on Amazon anymore. Now, with that said, do I have any questions on anything that David shared with us this morning, or anything that I've shared with you, or if there's anything that you have that you feel would be important to understand as it applies to Amazon and helping to lessen its impact on our Synergy business.
I have a question. I'm wondering why Synergy can't stop that distributor from selling on Amazon.
Well, two things. One is it's not easy to identify anything on Amazon. If you go into Amazon and you'll look at it, the product fulfillment is through Amazon and it's a storefront. So I've already tried that process. And so there's some things that I've suggested to Alex to look for, but it's not as easy a process of identifying, because it's not like, okay, you're buying this from Dan Hammer. When I bought this from Kinetic Health Solutions, there is no contact person. There is no, now I did send an email to them, but I sent an email through Amazon. So there's no way that I can track how that goes. Now maybe if they hired a person who knows computer forensic, they would be able to trace the link back to Amazon for my email, and then for the notification that went to Kinetic Health Solutions, where that email went to for them to respond to it. Now that's something that I don't have the capabilities of doing, but it's very difficult because they're being masked off of these platforms that are on Amazon, like Kinetic Health Solutions, and there's three other ones that are up there. So it's not an individual that you can see. There's no Synergy ID number, so it's a little bit more difficult to be able to do that. And then in talking with Alex, they are in the process of doing some things that I'm not at this time allowed to share, because again, they haven't implemented them. But again, I personally have made this a mission of my own, and anyone that wants to join me on this, we want to have a concerted effort to address this issue, because it does impact our Synergy business. I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer to it, but it is hard to find who are the abusers.
Timothy here.
Yes, Timothy.
My situation is that I have customers who say, well, my cousin can buy it from Amazon and send it to me. So I do not have that direct Amazon connection through my customers, because they do it through their family or their friends in America and then reship it. So it's difficult for me to catalog a lost customer, because it's not directly lost, it's just lost through another family member.
But what I would suggest to you, Timothy, is that when that occurs, just document it, who your customer is, what they told you, and certainly if you can do it on a WhatsApp, where you have a WhatsApp conversation with them, or whether you do it by email, anything that you can do to document it. Again, the purpose of doing this is to begin to help Alex understand that it's just not Dan Hammer complaining about this, that this is happening to other Synergy distributors. I'm just going to become a focal point to be able to create this message and be able to show to Alex and Synergy Worldwide that it's more than Dan Hammer. There's other distributors in Synergy Worldwide that are being impacted by this, and it's something that needs to have Synergy's attention, aggressive attention, because I personally feel it affects our ability to get distributors in North America.
Understood.
Thanks, Timothy. Anyone else with? Yes.
Yeah,
Dan, it's
I'm
Donald.
back on. I just wanted to say that thank you, and I'm back on the. I'm driving, but I have my headset on, and I could answer questions if anyone come up.
Okay, yeah, because you don't want to be a handset, because you'll be pulled over and then you'll be late.
That's right. No, I'm good.
All right. So Donald, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, and I would be willing to offer my support when you activate this.
Okay. Thank you, Donald. I wrote that down. Appreciate it.
Further, Dan, I noticed that in the video, I think it was is David's slide. You've got UYU.BE. Is that right here?
Yep.
Is that correct? Is the correct URL rather than YouTube spelled out?
Yeah, this is the shortened version. So like if you go onto this video here and you want to share this video, you click on share, and this is the shortened YouTube address that they give. So
Okay.
so if you open this up into a browser window, in fact, I already have some opened up. So let me show you what I mean by this. So here's David's video. Now you can see that the URL is much longer. You know, it's the youtube.com/watch?v equals that. But if you go down here and you click on share, they give you a much shorter version. So that's what I showed you on today's presentation.
Okay, great. I was just questioning the spelling of YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
this is the short version that they use that if you want to share a video with someone. So
Great.
you can use either one. You can copy the URL, or what I did is I went into share and I just copied the share URL.
Thank you for
You're
video.
welcome. You're welcome. Anyone else with any questions or comments before we say goodbye?
I have one more question.
Yes.
I see on the one that you've just finished that you have a Synergy catalog. I've never seen a catalog. I'm wondering, is that something new that they've just done?
Yes. Yeah, two things. One is the catalog is I'm pretty sure it's in the back office, but Synergy is going to be doing a presentation this month. I'm pretty sure it's the second Tuesday of the month where Synergy does a GoToMeeting platform presentation, and they are going to be introducing all the new marketing tools that they've created. Most of those marketing tools are online now, and they're going to be sharing what those are on the Tuesday presentation. But yes, that I got that image off of Synergy's new catalog that you can, I think, find in your back office.
Oh, wonderful. I have just been wanting a catalog for so long.
Yeah,
I've been with Synergy for 12 years, and we used to have catalogs, and it was so wonderful. So,
well, again, understand that they're not going to print. Well, I don't think they're going to print catalogs, but this is an online PDF catalog that you can have access to, that you could certainly print off if you wanted to as single pages. But yes, and I'll know more. They were planning to do it for July, but there were some production things that they ran into, so they bumped it to August, and that's supposed to be the August Tuesday meeting for Synergy Worldwide to show us the things that they've created to help us from a sales standpoint.
Hello, Dan.
Yes, Donald.
You're in fact correct. What I did was I went in, downloaded the PDF, took it to my local Staples, and I got them to separate the different strategies, whether it was the True Loom or so yes, I've got individual. I've printed an entire catalog, but I've also printed individual, like 4 pages of the True Loom and 4 pages of the Elite Health and what's the other one? I don't remember. So different strategies.
Okay. Anyone else with any questions or comments before we say goodbye?
Yes, Dan, I got a question.
Go ahead, Timothy, and then we'll go to, I think it was Tracy.
You mentioned September convention. When, where, how, why? I know the why. When in September?
I think it's the 14th and 15th, and I'll tell you just a second here. And while I'm looking for that, Tracy, did you have something?
So when you returned to Amazon, did you get the money back in your account, or did they offer you just a credit to Amazon products?
No, they are returning the money to my charge card.
Because I know that in the past I've had customers that try to return, and they just get credit towards another Amazon purchase. And
No.
then I've totally I've had a customer that I had been dealing with for years and years, and every time, and then she wanted to become a distributor, and then it just came down that she was just ordering from Amazon all the time. And that's what I noticed, is the box comes from another company, and that's the only time that you have any idea of who it is, but then you really don't have any connection or an email or a phone number to that company that sold it.
Yeah, so from my experience, Tracy, is that I ordered you'll notice that all the Pro Arginine Plus on Amazon is fulfilled through Amazon warehouse.
Exactly.
And so the only return address that you have is from the Amazon warehouse that it came from. And so when I was ready to return it, it was a fairly simple process. I clicked on return. I gave them the reason for the return. They then told me to generate their mailing label, put it on the box, and take it to a UPS outlet. And that's exactly what I did. And that money is being returned into my charge card.
Okay.
So it was a fairly simple process, for at least for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Timothy, let me look at my calendar because I don't see the thing. It would be September 14th and 15th.
That's Friday and Saturday, Dan?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, September 14th and 15th, and then Dane is planning to have an event on Thursday night, the 13th.
Thank you very much, because I've only heard it from you, but I have not seen it anywhere on the sites. But thanks very much.
Yeah,
so
it's
in Utah?
Yes, it's at their new building. Synergy has moved into their new building. They moved into the new building beginning of July, and so it's going to be at the new building, which is in let's see, Thanksgiving Point, I think it is. So it's very close to where the old Nature Sunshine building was, but now Nature Sunshine and Synergy Worldwide, as well as the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation, are all in the same building. So yeah.
Okay, I got an idea what I got to do if I'm going to do it.
Right. And as I shared earlier, this is the event. It's what they call Legacy Live. It's on the second Tuesday of every month. So in this case, for August, if you watch the Synergy blog, it should be August the 14th is when the next Legacy Live is. And my understanding from Deb Durfee is they're going to be showing all the new promotional material that has been created to help us as distributors.
Dan, one last thing now. A message to Tracy. I do not recall the location that we were at last time. If she could give me that location, and if I'm going to come, I need to book.
It was at Thanksgiving Point, and it was when we did the microbiome and the Fortify launch.
Okay, I see Dan searching, and I don't remember. I don't think I have a.
So Timothy, this is the most likely the location. It's Thanksgiving Point, and that's in Lehi, Utah. Lehi is Lehi, Utah, and there is I can't remember if it's a Radisson or a Hyatt or what, but there is a hotel here at Lehi that has special rates for Synergy conventions, and that's where you most likely want to stay. And then you're just within I think it's 2 blocks, 2 or 3 blocks walking distance to the new building.
Okay, that's better than last time. Okay, I'm going to do some research on this and see what comes up.
Yeah, and I made a note here, Timothy, to I'll send something to Deb Durfee on Monday with regards to the September event and lodging.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'll be there.
I'll be there too, Dan, and I'll send you that email today too on the participation.
Okay, great. Anything else before we say goodbye?
Okay, I have one more.
Yes.
When Synergy sends out an email to us in regards to the elements that was on sale, why can't I print from that to have that information? Because what I'm finding that it's too large for the page and I don't get the whole thing. What am I doing wrong?
I don't know, except maybe on your computer you need to format to the size of your page. So,
Dan, come in here, Dan.
Go ahead.
That's not going to work. You've got to print the page and then scan it back. That don't only happen to Synergy, it happens to a lot of other products where you have to print the page and then scan it and write back on it.
Okay, now explain that one more time, please.
If you want to print, if you want to address a page, you have to print it on the line where say print page.
Right.
Then you print that page, it comes up on your printer, everything. Then you have to address it how you want to do it and scan it back to whoever you want to scan it to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Timothy.
You're welcome too, sir.
All right. One last final call for questions before we say goodbye. I want to thank everyone for your participation today. And next week we have our another Saturday live presentation. We have one every Saturday this month, and we've got the schedule lined up through, I think, the second week in September. We've got some excellent presentations coming up, so we hope that every Saturday that you plug into what we do has been of value to you, and I hope today was of value to you too. Thank you, everyone.
Dan. We appreciate it. One more thing I have. Could you talk to the Durfee in regards to why we can't print from their emails?
I can, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you send me an email, because I don't know exactly what you're asking me at this point in time. So do me a favor, send me an email. I'll be in correspondence with you so I can completely understand what you're asking to be done. And then I'll help you with that process.
One final word, Dan.
Yes.
A new technology that has come into the system recently where you can, the PDF has got a spot that you can write on, but it is very new. I don't know how expensive it is, but some companies are using print on the email, and it's a new technology.
All right. Well, that's the unfortunate thing is as new technology comes out, us that are having problems with the old technology have even more problems with the new one. So, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, fine.
Thanks, Timothy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye now.
Dan.
Thank you.